Welcome back to Inside the Cougar Den. I'm Joe Higgins. Joining me today is Jason Staudte, Shane Murphy, and Corey Barrera from the men's lacrosse team. Guys, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
How has practice been, and what are you guys looking forward to most this year?
So we really like practice so far. We think the energy's been there. We've been flowing through drills real good. Practice has been flowing nice, and we think we've been prepared for a season starting up soon, and I'm looking forward to it.
You know, we obviously have a new group, graduated a couple guys. It's the first time we really graduated an extensive class last year. It takes like a new energy and obviously a new vibe with a new coach in place, but I think everybody's doing their part, and that's a big part of it. You know, everybody being accountable for their stuff on the practice field, and it's very player-driven along with Coach Mantaneo.
I'd say compared to like this year, compared to the recent years, the atmosphere of this team is a lot better than I've seen in the past. You know, everyone's bought in, everyone's doing their role like they said before. So I think I'm excited for the season. I think it should be a good one.
And Coach Mantaneo being promoted from assistant coach, what kind of impact has he had on the season thus far?
I'd say he's had a pretty big impact so far because last year he was like in charge of doing all the film, all the scouting reports. So he's pretty much doing the same thing he did now, but he has a more bigger role with being the head coach. And our new assistant coach, Andy Bryant, he's been doing a good job running the offense. So I'd say he's doing a good job so far.
Yeah, you think about, you know, having an assistant coach, a guy who's been around the guys for a while, stepping into a bigger role. I think we were all on board and all so excited to hear the news when it got announced. And it just means so much more when a guy like that is bought into your program, but also bought into the school and bought into, you know, building up Caldwell men's lacrosse. It means a lot. And guys buy into that. I can tell you for sure. I've heard from everybody, even myself. I'm entirely bought into what he's bringing.
Yeah, I love what they all said. I think it's important having Coach Mantaneo as our coach, having a coach that we're already experienced with. We don't have to go through having a whole new coach, get to know him, especially being that he ran the defense for us last year. Him running the defense for us again, it's like we never missed a beat with our new coach now.
Now, Corey, you and Jason being Long Island natives, how has growing up in a lacrosse culture helped you as a player?
Yeah, I think growing up on Long Island from a young age, the competition with lacrosse on Long Island, it's huge, you know. So when you come here to Jersey, not saying that it's worse or anything, but of course, being from Long Island, you're used to that competitive nature, always fighting for everything, tough high school games, tough high school opponents, and really helps you prepare for the college level.
Now, Shane, how do you think you guys can improve off of last year and build off of last year?
You know, obviously, you look at the record last year, and it's not entirely what we wanted. We did take good steps in doing, like, what we wanted to do in our brand of lacrosse. I think what we've talked about, you know, in meetings with personnel is really blossoming our transition game and blossoming our clearing game. That was a position or part of our game last year that we weren't really as effective as we wanted to be. Taking those next steps in that, you know, that shows up in the goal score. That shows up in the win-loss column, making the simple plays like that and putting it together for all 60 minutes.
Now, Jason, for you, do you think it's important for you to get your individual game going so that leads to team success?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely a big part of it, especially being one of the older guys on the team, taking some of the burden off the shoulders of like the new guys. So, yeah, my individual effort's definitely going to be a big role, but it's still a team sport, still a team game, so everyone's still going to have to do their role, and it can't just be an individual effort to win the games.
Now, for all of you, what are some of your individual goals this year and team goals?
Individual, I'm now only 16 points away from 100, so that's one of my goals, but I also just want, you know, as a team to make the CICC playoffs, but also see everyone take either a step up from what they did last year or the new guys come in and show that they're ready for college-level play.
I think the first one I always think of team-wise is obviously making those CAC playoffs. We did it our freshman year. Yeah, I know these guys remember. It is an incredible experience, even though we were during a COVID season. That's all I can really think about right now. I have maybe some individual goals in mind, but I've been going back and forth between midfield and playing in the net. All I can think about is just winning games and put more W's in that column. That's all that really drives me. You know, when I'm in the weight room, when I'm doing whatever, that's the box I'm trying to check.
Yeah, going along with what they said with the CAC's playoffs, that's definitely a goal in mind. And our freshman year, we lost the first round by 1 goal, so even getting a win in those CAC playoffs, that would be a huge thing for us to get done. Individually, I don't really have any goals. I would say to just be the best leader I can, lead an example for those younger guys, and just help the team find success.
And all three of you guys being captains on this team, how has your leadership role been?
I would say For all of us, we're really not the most vocal people. We really like to just lead by example. We feel like the young guys notice that, seeing how we work in practice, see how we work in the weight room, see how we take care of stuff off the field in the classroom. I think they really take that in and can use it to their benefit.
I mean, Corey hit the nail right on the head there. I've been a guy not very outspoken in my time here, kind of been about my business, doing things the right way, and just having people pick up off that. But this year, I'm trying to do my best to be more vocal. There's certain people and there's certain things that need to be said, need to be stated, and I think the guys understand that also. So being in a position where I have to, vocalize that to people, it's been a bit of a change. But it's something that is important, and it matters to any great team, is that somebody, us three as a group, needs to lay down the message that we want to win and we want to compete. And that doesn't happen just on Saturdays or Wednesdays. That happens when we lift. That happens when we're in the classroom. It's everything.
Yeah, so like they were saying with leading by example, because we're not going to be here next year, so we have to show the new guys and like the guys that were there before what they got to be doing for, say, next year, the year after that. So we're trying to lead by example just so they know what they have to do so they can be captains and be the better captains than we are. And that's pretty much it. Just trying to show them what it's like to have this role and what you have to do on, off the field to make sure the teams handle the teams better.
Well, thank you guys for joining me today. That's all the time we have for Inside the Cougar Den. Thank you for watching.